affronter la puissance de la Légion Ardente. Toute vie sera éradiquée. Votre existence s'achève ici. Toute vie, goûtez la puissance de la Légion. Pathétique. Votre existence s'achève ici. Ma puissance grandit. Votre existence s'achève ici. Le néant approche.
Plaisir de vous rencontrer. Que le vent vous pousse.
Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today you might be wondering, what the hell are you playing right now? Well, admittedly, over this last couple of days, I had the itch to go download and play Titanfall once again. I don't really know why, but over this last couple of days, I've had a lot of fun with it. Like, at its core, this is an amazing first-person shooter. It kind of got me thinking, though, of what I would like to see in the next Titanfall game. If you're not aware, Titanfall 2 is confirmed. We just don't know when it's going to be released, but I wanted to go over some of the things that I thought would just improve this series. Even though the original had an absurd amount of hype, it didn't last very long. Like, it died after about a month. I mean, we look on PC right now, and there was about 400 people playing when I was on. It's pathetic at this point. I mean, this is worldwide. This is not just in North America. In North America, there was about 70. It's died very, very quickly, and so I want to go over some of the things that I think would help out with that longevity, and just in general, make for a very exciting first-person shooter. And so the first thing that they have to focus on, and hopefully they realize that this was an issue with the original, is that there just needs to be a wider array of weapons to choose from. I assumed that with the DLC that they were going to remedy this. If you're not aware, one great thing Respawn has done is that everyone now, if you go back and play Titanfall, you now own all of the DLC. They basically made it free for everyone, but I assumed that with that DLC that they were going to bring in new weaponry. I could not have been more wrong. So right now there's basically, I think, 8 guns to choose from. When you really start to nail it down, though, for the ones that everyone uses, you can nail it down to like maybe 3 or 4. You have like the smart pistol, the carbine, some people every once in a while use the sniper rifle, but there just is not a lot of variety there. And while I know that the Titans themselves also have some very unique weapons, and that does expand the weapon pool a bit, when you get down to it, when you're running around as the pilot and you're playing the first-person shooter for what it's all about, there just is not a lot of weapons to choose from. Guns are your variety. That's what keeps things fresh in a first-person shooter. I mean, when look over at a game like Battlefield, for example, they have over 100 weapons to choose from. And while I will give it to you that they may have gone a little overboard in the weapon diversity, over 100 guns is going to be literally impossible to balance all of them out and make sure all of them are unique from every single one of them. But at the end of the day, I think that's one of the main reasons why Battlefield 4 has lasted as long as it has. I mean, it's been out for almost 2 years, and there's still thousands upon thousands of people still playing that game. And so I'm crossing my fingers that the developers have learned their lesson that having less than 10 weapons is unacceptable. If you want your player base to come back week after week, month after month, then you gotta give them different playstyles. You gotta give them more variety, and of course weapons is the best way of handling that. Another improvement I would love to see is to have more unique and different Titans. Titan combat is awesome. Like, I gotta give it to them. The first time you jump into one of these bad boys, you feel like a badass. But just after a couple of rounds, after a few hours, you quickly realize there just is not a lot to differentiate between the 3 different Titan chassis. When you get down to it, the only thing that changes is how much health they have and how frequently they can dash. That's the only difference. In my opinion, that's pretty pathetic. And while I understand it makes things much easier for them to balance out, when we get back to gameplay once again, when you get back to having more